Hello, beauties. Today it is Saturday, Small Business Saturday with Sharea and
Sherry.
and today we are talking getting your business started for free. And I'm sure that was not how I said it a minute ago, but that's what we're going to talk about. And so we're going to give you 10 items that either Sherry or myself has some semi-used to kind of start our businesses and or still use because the option is free and they are helpful for us and we hope they'll be helpful for you. And so I'm going to let Sherry start because I think that you guys are going to get a lot from her for this one, because then I want to talk to you about something that she's doing on her platform that I think you guys should get into. Go for it.
All right, so with the first step is your website, is that you can actually build your website for free. So Wix is one of the options that you can use for that, is what I started off using and actually I'm still using for today. There are certainly other websites that you can get started for free as well. So you want to just see just which platform is most suitable, not only for your business, but what you feel comfortable with. Mm-hmm. I like Wix because of the fact that it is really simple to use. I don't need to have a coding background. I don't need to have a website designer to go and make changes to my website. Like if I wanted to go and change something on my website, I can go and do that right now while I'm talking to you all. And within a matter of a few seconds or a few minutes, depending on how big the change is, I can make that on my own. And so that's why I'm a huge proponent of using Wix.
Absolutely. So when I started my business, Wix is where I started. Now my website was done by a designer, so that changed. But at the beginning, when I first started, just so that it was simple, easy for me to understand, and quick to learn, right? It literally had templates that were beautiful enough for me to just kind of tweak to kind of fit what I needed to get to the point where people would say that website is good enough for me to use to get the service that she's providing. And I also felt very confident that the first website was nice enough because obviously it helped me to grow. And so once I had the investment, and like we talked about budget before, once I had enough revenue to actually justify a designer, I got it designed professionally. But before then, all about Wix for free. So, and you could try other ones because I'm sure WordPress has some free options. I'm sure, what is it, Weeble or Weebly or something like that. They have some other free options. So there are ways for you to create your website without having to have a major investment. The second one is if you're talking about a website, the other option is blogging, right? So along with your website, finding a way to blog consistently so that your audience can grow, which could also help to bring you revenue in the long run. And so I know Sherry and I both started off with some level of blogging and or video blogs. And so for me, consistently with WordPress, I did Wellness Wednesdays. I did kind of like these different topics around wellness related to my identity as a Black woman. I did different things that would bring the audience that I know wanted to hear from me and consistently would do them. Now, because one thing about blogging is that the moment you break your consistency, you lose your fan base. So you gotta be on it. So, and it's free. It's something that you can say, literally, I would sit down on one day and do my Wellness Wednesdays for like 6 months sometimes. That way they were done, scheduled, and I didn't have to keep doing them every week, but I made that block time as an investment for the long run of the business.
And even with the video blogging, one of the platforms you can use for that is YouTube. I know Sharea, well, off camera, we were talking about that. So for instance, like right now, with the current state of affairs in the world, I was frustrated when it comes to police brutality and racism. I decided to start a video blog, so to speak, on YouTube. And I use my mobile device to record my video. I upload it to YouTube, and then boom, there's information. You get to learn a little bit more about my thoughts on everything, but also you get a taste of my expertise. And so that's the way to be able to pull people in.
And I think let's make the point too, since we're talking about like a video blog, we're going to jump down to a secondary one, which is that you can get free video trimmers and video options to trim your video that don't require you to be a master videography. Like, so Absolutely. Literally, Sherry and I are literally taping until the end and cutting at the end. We don't do cut and trim in the middle. That's just not our forte. And I hope one day we can afford to get some cool person, or if you know someone who wants to volunteer, we always down for that, like to kind of but for real, the free option for us is also about us not trying to be experts in areas that we're not, right? And so down, we still can give a really good product to you guys for free by doing it in a way that still honors that we're not experts in an area of cutting, pasting, video editing. Now, we do videos and we cut them at the end and we make sure that there's some type of consistency throughout the video, but that's free, right?
It is.
And one of the what's the name of the app that you use?
So I use Filmex. It's a free download from the Play Store. Like I have an Android. Shout out to Androids. But it's a free download in the App Store. You use it. One of the, I say cons of using it is that it has the logo or watermark on all of your videos if you decide to do the free version, but that's really not a big issue. Like nobody really cares about watermarks. So
and I think I started off using, as you talk about that with the watermark, I started off using Filmora, which is what I use now, but I do pay for it. And so I just paid for a lifetime one. And it was relatively affordable for what I do. But I also don't do I'm sure I could be using it much more creatively, but for what we do, it's enough, right? But I started off with the free one and it would have the watermark on there as well. And I didn't care. Like,
yeah, people still watch the videos. Like,
the video and the content is what matters. What the content is saying is more important than if it's done on the perfect format. If you're not an expert in that area, if you are a person who part of their career and expertise is video editing, you definitely don't want to take this one as the one you do for free, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing is when it comes to Google, they have the option of creating a Google phone number. Mm-hmm. And so having a phone number when you're starting your business that is not your actual cell number can be helpful, can be very, to me, it was an issue of privacy and having my own privacy when it comes to keeping my cell phone private towards customers or other additional people. Because really when it comes down to it, something should be separated from you and your business. And so Google is a free option. You can get a phone number, you can get another tip would be the actual Gmail, right? So instead of getting an email with a website name, you can actually just get a Gmail with the actual business name in front of the Gmail, right? Like whatever you need to do to make it clear that that's your business one. So those are two, right? So Google has two free options. You can get a Google number, and then on that same Gmail that you set up, you can get the telephone number,
exactly.
Right? Like, and for us both, and I know we both use that, for me, it was a way to separate without having to have an additional fee for phone systems. Now, I've had to adjust and change and move forward from that once I got to the point where the business has grown. But at the beginning, this is a real free option that literally can maintain you for a few years. Like,
absolutely. With the Google number, it rings directly to your phone and the person doesn't know it's a Google number. So you're able to set up a personalized email. So for those of you, like anyone that has ever used my business number, you would have never known that before today with this disclosing that, is that it rings to my same cell phone that has my personalized number, but it's a voicemail that says, and it has my business greeting that I was able to set up. And you can also pick your area code. So
exactly.
So you can pick the area code
according to where you are. Like, so my Google has the same area code as my office line.
Yeah.
And my same actual first 3 digits. Like so the area code and then the first 3 digits are the same. So it looks as if it's just an extension or it's just like another number within my system. And so I don't think my clients would have known any different until we talk about it now, or if they know at this point. Because once I changed my phone system, there was reasons I changed the phone system and stuff for privacy and confidentiality. So
yeah, so definitely
you have to consider.
There are celebrities that still use Gmail accounts. If you go and look at some of the celebrities, and then they'll have millions of followers, and then their manager contact email or the email for their business is whatever their business name is at gmail.com. You can see that on Instagram. I've seen it plenty of times. So there's nothing wrong with starting off with just using a Gmail account for your business.
And I would say even more so, unless you are a business that is going to get employees and all this other stuff, you really don't need to change that as one of your first priorities to change. Like, why create an extra bill? Now, obviously, once you are starting to get staff, get all those things, you need to change. But what we're saying is that you can start where you are. And we really are. That's the point of these tips. Like, we want all of us to win. And so part of winning is knowing that all of us don't have a family that's going to give us $1 million to start a business. All of us don't have the privilege to even have additional money outside of our checks to start a business, right? And so this is our way of trying to give you some tips for, look, here's some free stuff, use it, right?
Absolutely.
And so we said, we just did Gmail. The next one is marketing stuff, which is about Canva. I love, first off, one of my things that I didn't know I loved doing until I started doing it was creating like images and different kind of content images. So I actually do my own still on 2 of my accounts. One of them I don't. I still do my own because it's actually a kind of relaxing. And sometimes I do it in bed and I'm like, it's a way to get myself from thinking about all the other stuff. So I enjoy Canva for that reason, because literally you can use that for free and have so many visually pleasing items to share with your audience, and putting in your own pictures, putting in people that are like your audience reflection. Like you can be so creative. Now, again, as revenue came in, I've changed mine from a free one to a pro because it does give you way more options, way more templates. But starting off for the first maybe 2.5 to 3 years, I've always used the free one. And so it's not like the free doesn't give you enough resources to really get you up and running and to create your brand. Like you can really create a consistent brand on Canva for free.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, like, I really haven't maximized Canva as much as I could have, but the more that I'm looking at it now, they give you templates for everything, templates for Facebook ads, Instagram ads, templates to post video content, templates for flyers, templates for business cards.
Templates for presentations. Like, so recently, I don't know if this is also on the free one, but I'm going to guess might have some templates, but I've done some PowerPoints recently to be able to brand with my colors that are literally coming from Canva, because I wanted to make sure that they were consistently matching my actual logo and all those things as I start to present more presentations to things. I absolutely just found a template and it was so easy. It was almost borderline ridiculous. I mean, there was some issues once it converted to PowerPoint, but that's neither here nor there. I figured it out. I'm sure somebody else probably would have figured it out quicker, but that's not my thing. But what we're saying is that Canva is an awesome option for free.
Yeah.
To really create that brand and that reputation that we talked about before, about consistency, for free at the beginning of your content. So that way you can look just as professional as those people who are paying for the better version, quote unquote. And once you get to a place where you can afford it, you'll actually be able to get the other benefits. But from the free, I would say you can still win. Like, and consistently, like, because you could do your colors on there. I mean, there's no reason not to use it, is my point.
Yes.
Your business cards, your virtual business cards can be, like, you could just do so much on there for free that it just is worth it.
Yeah, what's next? Is. All right, so Mailchimp, we have mentioned this in one of our other videos. So we're going to keep repeating this when it comes to having a platform to manage your email list. And you do not need to come out and pay for free versions. You still get access to plenty of options, even with whatever platform you choose to use, so that you can manage and keep in contact with your email list. And you have different options as far as how you can keep in contact. So for Mailchimp, I can send out email lists. I can send out a one-time email. I can send out a series of emails over the process of 30 days, and I can schedule the emails, which I have done.
Yeah, I mean, I did my whole 100 days of gratitude based off of out of Mailchimp, and so it literally was sending out 100 days worth of gratitude prompts. Literally, I didn't even think it was going to go well, but it went much better than I thought, because I was like, that's a lot of days. They didn't care. People opened them, so I was like, that becomes something that literally was free, but the audience enjoyed. And it became like, oh, okay, maybe this gratitude thing is something I should make sure people get a chance to really see more often. Being able to be consistent with Mailchimp, because it's building your audience, is also going to convert before you even have to pay for it. Like, that's what I like about Mailchimp. Like, so even before, I haven't even paid for it yet. So I just talked about all the other items that I pay for. With Mailchimp, I still haven't paid for it. Because I'm still, like, we talked in the last one, talk about cleaning your list off and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But literally, without having paid for it, I can see profit from it. Like, that is a good free app, like, or a good free product. Like, if I can see profit from something and I've not even stepped my game up to use the pro version, you might want to jump on that, right? So I think,
Absolutely.
and I'm sure you could do it with the other email list collectors and converters, but I think for us, we both use Mailchimp and it has been successful. The other thing about Mailchimp is that it integrates with a lot of my other platforms, right?
Yes.
And so it integrates with your website, so you don't have to create a whole nother thing. And like the pop-up screens will come up and it'll go right to Mailchimp. It integrates with my course program. Actually, it no longer does. So that's one of the reasons why I looked into ConvertKit, but neither here nor there. But it integrates with so many of the areas that I needed to collect stuff from, like, so my business website, my personal website, both of them are from Mailchimp. Like, and then also in my Facebook group. So Mailchimp is awesome. You got to get on.
Yes. So another option is Linktree. This is a resource specifically for Instagram. On Instagram, when you have a business account, you have the option to be able to personalize your profile, and you can put a website in that is actually clickable, that can take people to whatever information, service, product that you're trying to provide. But using Linktree, you're able to have one website link, but then you can have multiple links to different things. And it's free. There is a paid version, but even with the free version, it's more than sufficient. Where I know, like for me, I think I have maybe about 10 links that's active. So you click on one Linktree link on my Instagram profile, but once you click on that, it then gives you the options to click on, an unlimited number of links that can have people, you can tell them about an interview that you did. You can have a link to your book. You can have a link to your online course. You can have a link to your YouTube channel.
Well, so I opened mine up as you were talking, and literally, like, if you go to mine right now, I have a petition for Breonna Taylor as my first thing. So ladies, it's still important for us to fight justice. And that's something that's important to me. I have a training as my next thing, because it's most recent or upcoming webinar. I have the virtual group that we do for free. And then I have my company if you want to get online therapy. But then after that, there is literally tons of other ones that are related to past products that are still running, right? And so I feel like this is definitely one of those things that for free, you can create another thing that consistently brands you, but also takes you to the product that you want them to take to, right? So for example, I know that Sherry, in hers, by the time this video comes out, will have her course that we talked about as one of her Linktree tabs, right? So literally, I go to Sherry's Instagram, and tap on her profile Linktree. It will take us to the products that she has that are up and moving right now, right? And so being able to make sure that if I am promoting an item, if I am promoting a person, or for me, in the sense, the first thing you see is the petition, because that's important to me. And so I don't move that one. It stays there. It's going to stay there until I feel that the justice is done. And if I feel like it's not, then we'll move it to something else or change it to something that whatever they're doing to make sure that action takes place. The point is that you can use it to brand yourself consistently, and also to have that easy elementary process that you can take for your business, so that audience can get right to your products, and it's free.
Yes.
But that's the point of today, free. What's that?
So the next tip that we have is social media planning tools. And so there are two, and maybe more too, but two common ones are Hootsuite and Buffer that you can use that helps you to be able to actually plan and schedule out your social media posts. So that way you don't feel like that you have to now be locked into posting every single day. You can sit down just in one sitting and put all your content together, and it'll release it, now over the next week or so, however long that you plan it out.
Yeah. And the cool thing about each of them is that they're not expensive until after you get more than a certain amount of social media accounts. But since you'll be just starting off, you got to focus. Like, you got to decide which ones are my priority. And so literally I started off with Hootsuite, but I've now decided that I like Buffer because it's just so much easier. But Hootsuite, when I started off, you get 3 accounts, 30 days worth of, I think 30 items for each one. That's 30 days if you really want to make it, right? So you can literally plan something, sit down on a Sunday and plan something out of those Canva created artwork. You can plan something for 30 days and not have to come back to it for another 30 days, but it impacts your business. And I think, honestly, I think Hootsuite and Buffer made profit for me before I ever paid for them. And so like for Hootsuite, I decided not to pay for that one because I just didn't like their customer service. So I'm sorry that impacted me. It might not have impacted other people. And I'm sure some people are like, well, I'm all about Hootsuite, go for it. For me, I don't like when people don't treat me like I matter. So whatever. I'm not going to try to it's a good product for those who it works for. But with me, Buffer, I went to them and I got kind of like a tutorial for free. It was just much easier for me to use. And you literally, it's more affordable and you get more accounts. So,
yep.
So
and then yes. So then our final tip here, and this is, again, 10 things you can do for completely free to start and to run your business, is in payment apps. So a couple of popular ones are PayPal, Stripe, Cash App, Square, is that it doesn't cost you anything up front. So for instance, like I use PayPal right now. What happens is that once I make a sale, they take a percentage of the sale in order to cover the fees. The processing fee is what they call them. But when I first signed up for PayPal, I was able to open up a business account. They sent me a free card reader, and I was able to start processing sales of my book before even coming out of any fees. So
exactly. And that's the awesome thing about all of those formats. Most of them, I don't know for certain about Square because I've never used them. So I don't know. But for PayPal, Cash App, or even Stripe, you don't really pay for it until you you make a sale. And so it actually isn't the end of the world, because that also means that there's no upfront charge. And that not having that upfront charge is the most important thing when a business first starts, because you are collecting revenue, which means that income is going to grow your business. So for me, I still use PayPal for some things. I still use Stripe for my course related stuff. And then I also use Cash App for my clients who literally, that's their thing now. Like they don't have any money and I don't have a credit card, but here's my Cash App. All right, well, if I don't get into the items that work for my customers, then I can't get paid. So I'm going to be okay with using Cash App because it also benefits my customers.
And one thing about Cash App that I also know is that if you have a nonprofit, they will waive the fee. So you can register for a business or a nonprofit account with Cash App. And when you're taking in donations, they won't charge you a fee for that. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
There you go. I think we did an awesome list. You want to run them back? Because I don't think I have them all written down.
Yes. So for a website.
It doesn't matter. I guess you go for it.
So for the website, you can use Wix or any other platform just to be able to start and create your website. They have templates that are there. So where, you're able to pick what colors, the format.
Hold up. Before we stop, before we give back the list and close, can you please tell me about the actual service and course that you actually do surrounding this topic? Because I think it's important to know that even though we're talking the 10 free items, there is some other things that may cost that might be a little, that we have to kind of do when we talk about the essential versus non-essential, or later when we talk about budgeting. I want you to tell me a little bit about your course, and then we're going to close with the 10 that free one more time. So.
Okay. So when I first started out, I was actually unemployed when I first started my business. And so during that time, that meant that I had a limited budget when it came to what I can use to be able to start my business and also to publish my first book. And so what I did with this course is called Lunch on a Budget. Is that it's a course that actually shows you these same tips, because there's more free things that you can do to start your business. And then there's some also really low cost options as well. And so this Lunch on a Budget, it takes all of those tips to be able to help you to be able to self-publish your own book, to start your own business, and to start bringing in revenue. And you have a low or no cost, very minimum or low cost at all when it comes to getting up and running. So that you don't need to have thousands of dollars at your disposal to start. You can literally just have a few dollars or nothing at all and you can get started. And then as you're bringing in income, you can now expand the services and the things that you are doing to build your business. Yes. So that course is available for the very low price of $9.99. And you can actually head to my Think of It website, which is sherrywary.thinkofit.com. And we'll make sure that we link to that so you can see more information. But when you go to the link, you can be able to see just all of the tips, or at least an overview of all of the tips that you will get to be able to help you to be able to start your business. And $9.99 is totally worth the investment. If you have a product and it costs $99, selling it for $99, you've already gotten your money back. Let's say if you have a product and it's $20 or $100, you are making out great if you buy this course for $9.99 and then you sell just one of your products for $100. It's totally worth the investment. It will save you several $100s. It saved me several $100s with getting started. And so you definitely want to make sure you
done the work. It's worth the money the work has already been done. Sherry's already did it. She knows that it works, and she knows that these items that she's presenting to you work towards getting your launch in under a budget that is minimal, right? And so even though it's an investment that prevents you from having to do hours of research, which costs, right? Because I'm a big on how much do you cost per hour? If you can tell me that you cost more, because obviously, hopefully you cost more than $9.99 an hour. And if you can say that it would take you 1 hour, I would literally say probably for all the information that you're getting, it would probably take more than 20 to 30 hours worth of research. Absolutely. So literally she's bringing it down from 20 hours to what? How long is the course? Maybe an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, it's about an hour long.
So about an hour, she's bringing it down for an hour when literally you would take 20 to 30 hours to try to figure out all these things on your own. So I think it's an awesome course. I know the work that she did. So I know that I know that she pulled it off, right? And I know that she pulled it off in a way that was honest to where she was financially at the time. And so this is not just like let's promote her course. No, this is really about us trying to make sure that more of us have the opportunities to be Black businesses that count, right? That really impact our community. And so for me, I really hope that you guys take this serious. I'm going to put the link up on the video, but I'm also going to put it in our comment. And then from now on, moving forward for the next couple of months, I'm going to promote this as something that's serious for us as a group on Small Business Saturdays, because this isn't just about me and Sherry. This is about us making sure that these small businesses grow. So that said, let's run that list out for the free stuff.
All right. So for websites, you can use Wix or other platforms. They give you free templates so that all you have to do is just change the information that applies to your business, but they provide the colors, images, and everything you can use to build your website for free. You can also blog, whether it's written blogs or video blogging. Video blogging's example of that is like YouTube videos, again, completely free. Record the video on your mobile device, upload it to YouTube, and boom, you've already started a video blog. And then with a written blog, you can do that on your free website that you've already started. And now you can just post material information that will draw people to your business, and then that you can now later convert them to paid clients. You can get a Google number and also a free Gmail account to use for your business. The Google number rings directly to your regular phone. No one will ever know the difference. They will think you were sitting in the office with the assistant taking a phone call. With the Gmail account, you don't need to get a personalized email. So example of that is Sherry@sherrywary.com. I have that now, but I started off with a Gmail account. And so you can do that for completely free. You can use Canva to be able to design social media posts, flyers, book covers, business cards, PowerPoint presentations, everything for your business completely free. There's Mailchimp and other platforms as well that starts off at free for you to be able to manage your email content and be able to personalize and segmentize your emails that you're sending out. Then there's also Linktree. This is specifically for Instagram, where you can have one website link in your business profile that then when you click on it, it opens up unlimited number of links for other things that you're offering. There are video apps that you can use to do editing. You don't need to be a video editor in order to be able to use them. One that I use is FilmX, and it's really easy. I just trim the beginning so you don't see me pressing a button to start the video. I trim the end so you don't see me pressing at the end. And then you're able to, I put text that scrolls at the bottom of the email. It takes a few seconds. And then there's also social media planning tools, such as Hootsuite and Buffer, that can allow you to be able to plan out your posts so you're not posting or trying to figure out what you're going to post every single day. And then there's payment apps such as Square, PayPal, Stripe, and Cash App that you can use to be able to take payments for your products and services.
All right. Well, that is a full video for you guys today. And I hope that you take these 10 tips serious and then head over to
thinkofit.com, or you can just go to my website, shareawary.com, and you can link to the course from there.
That's right. All right. You guys be well.
Bye.